What's up everybody, Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Studios, and we're starting a brand new playthrough on No Man's Sky next on the PC this time. I didn't go ahead and initialize things because I haven't seen this in a bit, so I wasn't sure if there's anything important. Oh, they started me on a cold planet. That's kind of cool. Or at least it looks cold.
Kinetic system online. Scanner damaged. Repair required. Aerial propulsion jetpack online.
I'm actually going to be really kind of blown away if
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment.
if I'm actually like on a planet I'd actually want to be on right off the bat.
User initialization sequence complete.
Yay! I'm freezing. I'm freezing. Like, look at that around my screen. I'm freezing. I need to
Thermal protection.
get somewhere. Charge thermal protection with sodium. Locate sodium with the scanner. Oh, scanner damage. Ferrite dust. Okay. Gather ferrite dust. Extract ferrite dust by shooting small rocks with the trigger. So, yeah, I'm gonna get into a minute here about why I'm kind of on this version now and the benefits of starting over. Because some of you may remember my old playthrough on PS4. But they did so much resetting for the new next update that it really wasn't that useful for me to keep playing on that one. And now we're seeing the new repair thing. Oh, that's cool. The new repair thing. Alright, so we repaired the scanner. So now we can scan. Alright. Sodium, harvest sodium from small plants. There's one. Can we still do it? Yeah, we can still do the melee jump. I completely lost my touch. Alright, we need to get going though, because we're freezing to death. Oh, that didn't help anything. Oh, not good. Is this a cave? This is not a cave. I'm gonna die. Oh, wait, can I, what's the right button here? Charge. Whew, okay. We live for now. Where is more? I need more. I need more sodium. I don't want to freeze. Ooh. Hello. Investigate starship. It's over there. Let's grab some of this. What are you? I think this is the new... something akin to the new plutonium-ish. I've heard it's important. And what is that? It's like a little reindeer slug. Or something. This is kind of cool. It's kind of funny looking. So yeah, I was thinking to myself, you know, when they did the whole universe reset and everything, or galaxy reset, that I was thinking I'm gonna have to find another blue planet like we did before to make our home world. I'm not so sure. Tell me these aren't gonna hurt me. Frost crystal has hazmat gauntlet required. So yeah, while we're running here, like I said, I don't know how much of this I'm going to end up editing out and stuff like that, but for those of you that have not seen my other playthrough of No Man's Sky, I stopped with basically the main game, and then I came back to it with base building, when they added base building, but then I kind of stopped again after that when we reached like the end of the original storyline kind of thing. I'm not really even sure that I even found everything. I might have to turn the music down a little bit. I'm thinking. Alright, so at least we have a ship now, which kind of looks kind of cool. It's our little fighter. Alright. Iteration something something online. Atlas connection intermittent. Alright, can I launch thrusters offline, pulse engine offline? Everything's offline. My exosuit has directed me to a crashed starship. The controls react to my touch, and I can only assume it belongs to me. But I have no memory of it, no sense of a before. So let's read the log. Unavailable. Exosuit connected suggestion. Pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. Repair ship systems. Self-guided repair protocol initiated. Pulse engine. Hermetic seal and metal plating. Okay. Real quick. Alrighty, so I took the time to, change up all of my settings, basically, and, both the desktop settings and sound. I turned the music down, all that kind of stuff, because it was a little loud. I like it in the background. I think it adds mood, but it was a little overbearing. Oh, I forgot I don't have all my stuff, like my Atlas Pass and everything. I also turned the frame rate up because I don't know if my computer can actually do maximum or not. Wait, what is all this? Rusted metal. Oh, you can pick where it goes now. Okay. So that's cool. But yeah, it had max settings on like 30 FPS. I was like, no, max, I want to be up higher than that. Alright, what are we doing? Output screen. Chromatic metal. Now, I played around with, I played around with the, stuff a little bit, the new update in, oh yeah, what do I need to make for the ship's pulse engine? That's what I was looking at, right? Oh, rocket launcher, huh? I don't remember having one of those before. Alright. I played around with it a bit on the PS4, so let me address that real quick. So, the reason we're on PC was because my capture card's not working right, and I don't really have a whole lot of intention to do a ton of console stuff right now, so it wasn't really financially really important to basically get a new capture card right at the moment. So I was kind of like, well, I kind of wanted to play No Man's Sky because of the update, so I thought originally of doing a live stream and all this other stuff for the launch of Next. And it didn't really end up happening because of the... Ooh. Dihydrogen jelly. What is that? Light... Skin... Portable life support power. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we can use this to power our life support system, which either requires oxygen, oxygen capsules, life support gel, or dioxide. Okay, well, that's weird. It doesn't list the other one. Odd. Anyways, so I need ferrite dust for this. Let me just figure out what I'm needing to make here. So yeah, basically, I didn't end up streaming it like I wanted to and all that kind of stuff because of the lack of capture card functionality at the moment. And so then I posted the poll on my community page for the channel, which everybody, for the most part, the majority, everybody seemed to be interested in the new update, which is cool. Because I was really interested in doing it, and I wanted to do another playthrough of it. But the other big kicker, though, was I was expecting to jump back in where I left off on my PS4 playthrough. And that was not going to happen. Because basically, when I loaded up my old save, and I figured, well, you know, I'll test out my capture card stuff and things like that. While I was doing all that, I loaded up the old save of my old playthrough, and the base was cached. Now, I thought it was gone originally, but I read up on it and found out that it caches it. But the planet I picked, the Sleepless Alpha Prime, was gone. because they've basically done a... Ooh, wow, frame rate issues. Okay. And I know that being a brand new thing, there's already been like 1 or 2 patches, so I'm thinking performance stuff-wise will probably get patched fairly soon, I imagine, because I don't really see a reason why my system should have a problem with this one, but I've been hearing reports that it has, like, different people have reported performance issues and stuff like that, so I'm guessing it's just part of the new update thing and not really a computer or hardware-centric thing. So anyways, I was thinking about doing a PC one because of the capture card issues and stuff like that, but they kind of wiped out the whole universe stuff. I hadn't played the Atlas Rising update, and so there was this whole new storyline element stuff. Next added more stuff. There's just a whole lot more things that were added, and then when I logged into my old one, there was so much that was reset, basically. I could have simplified that, probably. But that was basically what it boiled down to, was they changed so much stuff, but then also essentially reset so much stuff, that between the changes and the resets, it was like, well, if I'm going to play this, I might as well do a PC playthrough, since that I can record without a capture card kind of thing. So that's probably a long-winded. I tried to be as short as I could, but it's probably ended up being a long-winded way to explain all that. So if you didn't quite notice, I just added a analyzer. So there's the scanner here, which picks up on all this stuff, which is cool, but then with the analyzer, if we hold the left trigger, now we can actually analyze stuff. Let me find something that we don't already know. So right now it says unidentified mineral ferrite dust, and it has the analyze thing, so we can scan it. It works kind of similar to the way it did before, but it's a little different. They've changed the HUD. And now we get ferrite and dioxite. Now the interesting thing for me is we're getting ferrite, but we were not getting dioxite. So now if I mine it, and I get dioxite... Yeah, so we actually need this... you need to scan things, apparently, in order to get both elements, if there's a dual element to it. So that's kind of interesting. I like it. Alright, so one other thing. Oh, wow, I just found myself clicking the right analog stick so I could look around because I was feeling like I was in Elite. So the other thing that I wanted to bring up was there's 2 things that I noticed that I wanted to mention that I forgot for returning players, and I do apologize if I'm not like going through and explaining things as thoroughly as I probably should for new players. It's kind of one of those, like, I feel like most of you that are coming back are probably either people that watched my other series or have played it before, so I really wasn't doing an in-depth on, like, oh, you have to keep your health up and your hazard protection. You know, I wasn't really bringing that up too much. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess, my bad. What should I have more of? I have a lot more oxygen, so let's use that for the life support. But one of the new things is you can repair in stages now. We saw that a little bit with the multi-tool, but it really wasn't very explained. So we don't have the seal, but we have the metal plating. So yeah, we can just go in here and repair that part, and then when we get this, which I don't know how to do yet. What do I need for this? I need damaged launch dihydrogen jelly. And pure ferrite. Now that's interesting because the only things that I've seen so far that have pure ferrite are, you need an advanced mining tool for, but I have a theory. Because one of the other new things that's been added is kind of like refining. Before, all they really had was crafting. It was like you just took stuff like this and you just crafted things. But I did see something... And I played around with it a little bit on the PS4 one. Functional starship critically damaged, vital ingredients missing. Yes, we know. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. There we go. Recommendation, iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage navigation data from distress beacon cache. Okay. Search the crash site for supplies. Where's the crash site? I don't know what all these icons mean yet. Is this? Oh, this is the crash site. Okay. I can't quite figure out the frame rate things either. Like, if you'll notice, a second ago it was kind of choppy, and I just looked away till it smoothed back, and then when I came back it was fine. So I can't quite figure out where the frame rate issues are coming from. I don't think it's my system, though, just in case anyone was wondering. Probable boundary separation failure. I don't know what any of this means. Diagnostic, no connection. Awaiting fresh iteration. Containment prepared. Broadcast something. Traveler anomaly detected. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized. Anomaly is compliant. A red light fills my vision. All I see is crimson, and then it fades. The color drains, and the words that had seemed so clear seem to slip away. Appear inside the beacon's housing, as well as its distress broadcast unit. It contains a navigational data module. Let's take it, because why not? Navigation required. Build a signal booster. Okay. That relates to what I was going to bring up, actually. But one of the things is, like, if you scan, it picks up sources, but it doesn't always find subterranean things, which there are now. Like, there's dihydrogen crystals. If we use the analyzer, though, you can see more icons. There's cargo drop, frost wart, copper deposit, frame rate issues, and stuff like this, like subterranean relic, and you can tag, like, one of them, I think, at a time. And then they'll show up when you're not using it. So it actually lets you see things that are below ground. And with the new terrain manipulator, which I haven't built yet, obviously, sometimes it's like just caves and you don't actually need them. I don't know in this case. If this has a... Doesn't look like it has an area for me to get in here. Oh, but there's more stuff. There's also... You can also charge them this way. I'm not used to this. But you can charge them up that way. Stop it. And then I want... Where's my light? Oh, utilities. There we go. Let's turn our light on. So there's more stuff here. Okay. And what's in... Oh, right. I don't have my Atlas Pass anymore. Okay, so... Let's see. What's next? We need to build a signal booster. Which I need more sodium and carbon nanotubes. Okay, so... We're gonna build stuff. Okay, so found a cave, bad things happen. I don't know what I triggered, but when I walked through here, I got the little red icon. Is it up there? Maybe? That's what's doing it, you little jerks. So, apparently there's these things that give off toxin. Because, here, I'll show you real quick before I do that. So they start spreading like spores. And then... I started getting a warning. What am I stuck on? I keep getting stuck on all these little rock things. There must be some on the ground here or something. Yeah, there they are. So I was walking over here, and that happens. So, boo on that. Alright, so I think I have enough to do the signal booster now. I just need to craft it into this guy. And then we do like this. We just place that. Now, I guess we can use the signal booster to read the nav data that we got. I think that's how that works. We put navigation data. Outpost signal detected, navigation subroutine exposed. Exosuit upgrade unit. Scan distress frequencies. Cross-referencing navigational data. Okay. Now what? Again, like, they've changed stuff, so I don't know what the new signal is, or the new symbols are. Remember to pick up your signal boost. Reach the marked coordinates. So it also says pick up. Now what I'm wondering about is right now we don't have enough to place it. So I'm wondering if we get the item? Or... oh, okay, once it says... oh, that's cool. I've always wanted them to do that. I also notice... I can't help but notice that we're close to a subterranean relic here. So I kind of want to see if I can get to it, or if I have to use... ah! We don't have to use one. Cool. I don't know what that is, but I wanted one. Okay, so I actually wanted to show this because I've heard the weather stuff is a lot different, but I actually just got a notification about an incoming storm, and it's a blizzard. So since we're already negative 56 degrees Celsius, which I don't have it switched to Fahrenheit, but it's ridiculous, I wanted to see how the storms and stuff looked. Because I've heard that they're really cool. Pun unintended, given that we're on a cold planet, but I do really like it though. Visually it looks really cool. You get all the ice around your suit and everything, and on your face. Alright, we're gonna get in here now. Enough playing around with the weather. Okay, so we're approaching the coordinates given to us by the signal thingy-majigger. So let's see what's going on. I already saw that there's a crashed tech thing over there. What are you doing here? Hollow archive. Accessing archives, log corrupt, entry something follows, no one, making this recording in case, leaving behind in the fabricator, it might be of some use. Visor damaged, can't find ship. Recover supplies. The log finishes and the machine whirs to life, spitting out the supplies. I have the hermetic seal, I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. Arguably less positive, though, because, you know, clearly they did not make it, because they left the seal. Alright, acquired hermetic seal, unable to locate starship, use visor to pin. Now, as for this stuff, oh, sodium and chromatic metal. I played around with that a little bit on the PS4 version, and found, I'd kind of like to check this out, make sure there's nothing in here. I found that you can use the, this guy, the portable refinery, which now that I know that they have the whole build thing, I'll just go ahead and make one. I was thinking I had to make one every time, but I don't, which is awesome. So we're going to place that down, and if we check this, you can actually, you can fuel it with carbon or condensed carbon, apparently. And then you can have an input, and it'll basically essentially smelt it into something else, not unlike Minecraft style. Let me find a tree or two here. But one of the things for the thrusters, I think it was, we needed pure ferrite. So let's go ahead and charge it with carbon. Oh, transfer. So here, like if we put in ferrite dust, for example, it'll give us pure ferrite. So we don't actually have to have the, whatchamacallit. Oh, and it even tells you the ratios. I didn't see that before. And I don't know if there's a way to split it or not, or if you have to use all of it. But the other thing is you can put in stuff like, I think I have a little bit of copper. I think copper ore. Let's try silver. Request operation unavailable. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Or at least not right now. What about rusted metal? What does that do? Oh, that gives us more ferrite dust. And it's a 5-to-1. Interesting. Okay. Nope, wrong button. Okay. Dihydrogen? Dihydrogen jelly. Okay. Now see, here's an interesting thing is you can craft that but it doesn't seem... Sodium nitrate. It doesn't seem like you can refine stuff without this. Like, you can craft the jelly one, but you can't actually refine stuff in your inventory until, like, this goes to chlorine and blah, blah, blah. So it's an interesting extra layer. Why does he put oxygen in there? Oh, it turns to carbon! Interesting. What about this guy? Carbon. So I imagine that'll play in a lot more as the game advances as well. But let me try copper. Yeah, so copper turns into chromatic metal. It's stellar metals, apparently. So copper, cadmium, and emerald and indium. The rarer the stellar metal, the more metal, chromatic metal it will produce. So, you know, I don't know if I should use that or not. What is it, 2 to 1, so we'll get 2 out of that. Let's put that in and try that one. Because we're going to need that for our pulse engines. Alrighty, and we're back. So, we're back at the ship. So we should be able to fully repair this now. Nice. And if I make... Oh, I already did that. So with the pure, now we should be able to make or repair that, which is cool. Now, in order to charge this is the pulse engine, not the warp drive. We need tritium, which I know we get out in space, or pyrite, which, as this says, typically can be found in desert environments. So far from my tinkering around with the update on the PS4 version before I started doing this series, I think gold, silver, and tritium so far I've run into are most easily found. Not necessarily that they're the most high quantity, but they're easily found in space asteroids. Now, this is a little different too. There's uranium and the Starship launch fuel to charge the launch thrusters. Before it used plutonium. I haven't really found plutonium, actually, at this point. And this uses the dihydrogen and metal plating, so it's kind of like the ferrite dust and the dihydrogen have turned into the new... Essentially, I mean, I'm not sure, but I think ferrite is really, really close to iron, if my memory serves. So it either is iron or it's something really close to it. But basically, ferrite is... and combined with the dihydrogen's kind of seeming to me like the new plutonium, essentially. Like they've replaced it with that. So that's interesting. So let's see what our mission thing says now. All systems functional. Use our... Let's actually check. So we have all these cleared. So now we're back to the primary mission, which is leave the planet. So let's go ahead and take off. Oh, I gotta change that. I'm very, very odd. I'm a very odd individual that I really don't like inverted controls for most anything, but when it comes to flying, I need the controls inverted. Where is it? Flight controls tethered. Tethered inverted? There we go. That's better. Alright. All system functional. Seek answers among the stars. I want to kind of keep an eye on this planet, though, because it has a lot of stuff. Like, it has copper, it has carbon, it has hydrogen, or dihydrogen. It's got the ice vibe, which we all know I like the blue and white and black and stuff like that. The icy kind of vibe to it. It's got all that stuff going for it. What else was there that I said was I would have been told? Now, grant you, if I'm wrong about some of this stuff, you know, feel free to correct me. Politely, if you'd please. But, yeah, feel free to correct me as far... Like, there's a copper deposit and stuff that... I'd been told copper and stuff is fairly rare or harder to find. So if it's not, let me know. But with that in mind, though, it's like it's got copper, it's got carbon, it's got dihydrogen. Kind of got... It's a good starting planet, actually, other than the freezing cold. But I don't mind that. I like stuff cold. And this is actually our first, like, base looking thing. What is that? Floating crystal. Tagging that, because I have no idea what a floating crystal is about, but it sounds creepy. Where do we get in here? Here we go. Anything? Anything? Oh, there we go. Condensed carbon. We got anything going on here? Korvac's transmission tower. Now, the only thing that does kind of suck about starting over is obviously we lost all our story and exploring progress from last time, and so we gotta kind of do all this type of stuff over again and start over. 1, 2, 6, 24, 120. Long ago, it seems an automated distress call went unanswered. If I can crack the encryption pattern, I could potentially extract the coordinates. Oh man, I forget. Let's see. It's not squared, I don't think. Maybe multiplying in a row, so 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 4 is 24, 24 by 5, I guess is 120? Yeah, that would make sense. So 120 by 6 would be 2, 1, 720? Quick math? Ah! Or relatively quick math, I guess. Some of you are probably like, come on, let's pick this up. So what did I find? Whoop! What? Intercepted starship distress signal, wait, what was that? Abandon something? We're on the distress beacon. That's creepy as all get out. There's a bunch of them. What is this? Super oxide crystal. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's an alien artifact. I guess you could get something probably relatively higher level if you had advanced mining laser. Ooh, frames. Visions of the Gek. Hey. 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 Fight. The stone resonates, producing a sound that fills my mind. A vision begins to take shape. A small alien life form kneels before me. They are tired, beaten. Without meeting my gaze, they offer up their hand. Accept knowledge. The name Gek floats in my vision, an echo of the strange vision I just experienced. A word in this alien tongue is seared into my brain. The Gek word for give. Not like forgive, but forgive, as in forgive, not forgive. Anyways. Okay, so I was on my way to this distress beacon. I pulled up a little bit so I could get away from the resistance of the atmosphere. I figured it was a good time to try out the third-person camera. I have to admit, I actually like the first-person, I think, better for flying around. I think it's the combat side of it. If you're just coasting, it's cool. But anyways, I got this communique, so we're using the new starship communicator, I guess? Incoming transmission, please identify yourself. I'm... You didn't identify yourself, why do I have to identify myself? You're not alone. Follow the broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planet coordinates. Input coordinate data. No, don't give me somewhere else to go.
Navigational data received.
Alright. So, it looks like it's over behind me somewhere. Alright, let's slow her down. That is either gold or possibly emerald. I think it's gold, though. Alright, get out. And I had been working on collecting some chromatic metal, but I don't think I have enough to open these because I think I have like 15 or something. I don't have 25 like you're supposed to have. Let's get... Nope! Wrong button. It's weird. I like the third person for the player, but I'm more of a fan of the first person from the flying aspect. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's just too long of playing Elite. I clamber into the cargo ship and find its black box. As soon as I touch it, a holographic image of a panicked reptilian trader appears. Perhaps it's a message for their superior, perhaps a loved one. It's impossible to tell as the playback is hauntingly silent. In its final moments, the trader seems to point at some freshly installed ship tech before dropping to its knees in despair. Search for cargo, inspect recently installed ship tech. I'm more interested in blueprints right now, because I need stuff. Teleport receiver, device that modulates standard starship communication signals to enable the transport of matter as well as data. Starships fitted with such device can send and receive products and substances to users' exosuit over a long distance. Oh! Now that's cool. They didn't have that upgrade. Well, I shouldn't say they didn't have anything because I just probably didn't know about it. Oh! That one only needed ferrite. What did we get? Nanite clusters. I have to admit, nanite clusters was a thing I never really wrapped my head around as far as where it sits in the scheme of... Ooh! What is all this? Damaged gears, radiation leak, rusted circuits. Why would... Oh, but it does have a cadmium drive. That's kind of cool. Can I steal that and just leave the rest of it? Compare. 15 and 15. Cost for new starship, trade-in price. Buy and add to collection. Oh! Ooh. Alright, so that's cool. You can have more than one now. Before, I don't... Well, I don't think you could do that before. So that's part of my collection now. And this is part of my... I don't know how I got away with that without it costing me anything. But, okay. Ooh, can I? That would be cool. Oh, you can do photo mode in hyperspace. That's pretty sick. Well, I shouldn't say hyperspace, I guess. Oh, wrong button. I want it. Oh, that's even better. There's an asteroid in the middle. Oh, that's awesome. Ooh. We're coming in for a landing. Woo. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this episode down. So, again, I do apologize if it's kind of choppy. Because I wanted to get to a place where I could fly around and do stuff. And customize our character and stuff like that. And when I loaded up my old save, you know, I had all my ships and freighter and that kind of stuff. So, we're here now. For those, this is going to be a little bit of a semi-tutorial, I suppose. For those of you that have not jumped on here before, if you're looking for how to customize your character, because I've seen that a lot online, it's just this little guy over here. I think it's always in the same spot, too. So I am going to make one little cut here. After I explain, you know, you can do all these different things. These guys, I don't know what race they are. I've never seen them. They weren't in the game when I played it, but they're really weird. Like, all over the map. You can have glowing head, triangle head, and alien bird-looking thing. Or iguana? I don't know. And that looks like a manta ray. That's a cat alien. So the travelers are, like, all over the map. I do really like that one, though. That's kind of cool. I'll probably stick with Anomaly, just because I can. And then you can do all these different things. Your helmet, your torso, armor, gloves, bunch of cool stuff. So let me tinker with this a bit, because this can take a minute, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Okay, so here's what I've got after a few minutes of trial and error. I kind of went with my color schemes, which is, I thought about going with the more metal-looking gray, but I think the contrast of the lighter gray looked better. And also, a couple of the things, like the suit that I picked, had a little bit of the two-tone gray anyway, so I figured it gave me an extra color depth. But, yeah, so we're in the photo mode right now. And I think I'm pretty happy with it. You can do some really crazy stuff with it. I wanted to go with a more human-esque looking character, but you can do some crazy different character things with it. And one thing I am a little surprised at is there really isn't a penalty for not... Like, if you just wanted to go in and change it, you can just go back in and change it. I'm wondering if they'll patch that at some point, where it costs or something, because it's like, if I just wanted to be a Gek now, I could just go in here and change it and be a Gek. And it's kind of like, that seems like a little odd. One other quick tip thing. I read about this, or I watched it in another video on kind of like things to know into the new update, is you can find these little cubes around the base, which are these encrypted navigation data, and you can use those when you land on a planet. It's the same navigation thing where you put it into a signal booster. So, if you don't have one, and you've made it to the station, look for those little cube-like things. There's also multi-tools here for sale, which I don't know if I have enough to buy. 97,000. I have 13. So that's not going to work. Is it better, though? It has horns on it. That's so cool. Trade-in price 32. Yeah, no. I can't. But I hold on. Let me see it again. That's cool. It's got these little, like, horns on the front of it. That's awesome. So that's a place where you can get stuff. All of these vendors now have kind of this... universal... I can't hear any other languages anymore, or read any other languages. Creature offers me blueprints and upgrades for nanites. So now nanites is kind of how you buy blueprints, unless you find them out in the wilds. So all these different vendors have different blueprints. Like this is your exosuit upgrade guy. This guy is... I forget which one he does. I think it's one of them is like ships, and then one of them is multi-tool. I think is kind of your three main genres per se. But you can find those little cubes like either at shops or sometimes they're sitting on tables in the station. Oh, there's one. I think. Yep, encrypted nav data. So that gives me another one. And then if you go over here, again, this is mostly for people that haven't seen much on the new update. It gives you an idea of what you're looking for so you're not lost. The stations feel a lot better. Like they're more open, there's these little common areas kind of thing. It's really cool. I really like it. Then you have your trade terminal there. This guy is like your mission guy kind of thing. Lifeform gestures apologetically, their exact meaning is unclear, but it is apparent that there's no work for me here. Okay, apparently there's no missions at the moment. And then this is the guild. There's now like the explorer, trader, and mercenary guild. And so when you reach certain standings with the guilds, Lifeform's uniform is unmistakable. They are an envoy of the Merchants Guild. They do not seem particularly interested in trading with me. See, I had access to some of this on the PS4 because of some of the stuff I'd already done, but you can do guild things with them, and then you have your transporter there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. In the meantime, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace!